The mutual fund universe is huge. More than 44 fund houses have launched over 2,500 mutual fund schemes in India. That's a confusing playground for any serious investor. With no other safe option beating the inflation, we are bound to take a dive into the market with our hard-earned money. What should be your approach? How can you ensure you're getting the best? How can you ensure you're not being cheated? While choosing a mutual fund, the investors, they face an enormous task of choosing the best schemes out of those 2,000-3,000 schemes available in the market. Schemes that suit their risk appetite, schemes that suit their way of or style of investing, schemes that suit their needs. So you as an investor, you assess your risk profile, you evaluate your financial goals, you fight the volatility fear, you fight the market uncertainty factor. And after doing all of this, you come in with your hard-earned money in anticipation to make some more from this place. And what you get here, all you get here is noise. Noise. Noise that confuses you. You often get mired amongst various investing tips. You get confused amongst various philosophies about getting good returns over a shorter period of time. But unfortunately, a lot of this is nothing but a distraction. And the surprising fact is, they are almost always irrelevant when you're trying to make or choose a mutual fund for yourself. In this video, we'll overcome the odds. We will overcome the myopia. We will dissect the 4 P's and apply it in your investing strategy. It is important. It is simple, but sadly, it's not easily done. And that is why I always say investing is tricky. Every step you take in the financial world is a challenge. And with that challenge comes the next big opportunity. This video will give you an insight, for sure, but the next one I post can bring you that next big opportunity. So like this video and subscribe to this channel right now, because you don't want to miss it, do you? See, when you're trying to analyze a mutual fund, a 3 to 5 years period is not long enough. And it often can be misleading at times. Why? Because several market themes, they play out over a longer period of time. Let's take an example. Consider the yearly returns of BSE Sensex over a period of like 3 or 4 years, from 2002, 2003 up until 2008 massacre, like approximately around 5 years period. You see the Sensex has jumped 83% between 2003 to 2004, a 16% jump the next year in 2005, followed by 74%, 16% and 20% jumps in the subsequent years till the crash started. This was the time of the great bull run. You see, the equity market rallied for over 5 consecutive years in this market. That's a big time. That's a big rally. But what's noticeable is the top performing schemes during this period may or may not have been the top performers for the period after that. For example, see this table. You can see from the table the performance of some of the top mutual funds during the crash. The message is simple. Winners keep changing. And this is where it becomes essential to involve the 4 pillars of mutual fund investing, the 4 P's of mutual fund investing.
तुमने सुना मैंने क्या कहा? सुना?
फिर से कहता हूं, the winners keep changing. And that's where it becomes more essential for you, me, and for any other investor to involve the 4 P's, the 4 pillars of mutual fund investing. The first P is the management team or the people behind the mutual fund or the mutual fund scheme. The people who are responsible for the fund's performance. The expertise, the experience, the reputation of the fund manager, it becomes a vital parameter to see or to gauge a mutual fund's performance or to value a fund for your selection. So what do you need to check in this? The experience, which is the track record of the investing managers, if they have a history of managing similar funds, for how long have they managed those funds and how well they have performed. That gives you a significant input, whether you should go with it or whether you should completely ignore it. The team structure, like a team with the diversified skills, research analysts, portfolio managers, a single or a multiple fund managers managing a particular fund. This would provide you with an example. The experience of the entire team would provide you with an example of how well a particular fund will be managed, because there are multiple brains working towards a portfolio return creation. Stability. How stable the team is. Are the fund managers moving out of the scheme very frequently? Is there a change? Is there a quick change in the fund's team? That's a red flag if that happens. Because these are the people who are responsible to take critical decision for your fund. And if this team moves out frequently, that's a challenge, of course. The importance of having the right people cannot be overlooked. It's an important factor for your fund selection. To know more about this, you can check this video here about how to analyze a mutual fund. You would probably get an idea of what you should be doing. The second P is the process. The process signifies the investing strategy. It signifies the framework of the mutual fund. See, understanding the investing process, it allows you to understand how the fund is placing itself to hit its own aim, hit its own goal, hit its own objective, and in turn, it would also fulfill your goals, your objectives. What do you need to check here? You need to check the investing philosophy. Is it a value-oriented fund? Is it a growth-oriented fund? Or is it a blended, or does it have a blended strategy? Can it shape its approach to market conditions and stock selection? What you need to check also is the risk management of the fund, of the team, of the scheme. How diversified your fund is. That gives you a clear indication of what the management is thinking. How the management is diversifying your fund to minimize your own risk. The alpha, the beta, the Sharpe, Sortino, standard deviation, these numbers will give you the idea of what's happening. The research methods, that is important. Well, this is a field where you need to study a bit, but it's also important. I thought of letting you know about this. The analytical process the fund uses to evaluate investment opportunities is fundamental to its approach. This includes both quantitative and qualitative analysis. A thorough study of the daily dossier and the mutual fund screener can give some insight. A solid investment process aligned with your financial goals and risk tolerance can significantly enhance your probability of getting an enhanced return out of your mutual fund portfolio. The third P would be the product. It refers to the actual mutual fund that you're choosing. Consideration using the fund's fee structure, investment objective, and asset classes. All of these, they become handy for you to take a decision, for you to take a critical decision about choosing a fund or rejecting it. So what you need to look for here is, are the equity funds, hybrid funds, fixed income funds? What kind? Aligning your investment goals with the fund's objective, this alignment can prove to be critical, for your investing success. Check the expense ratio. We know this, lower the fees, the more the return you get. So check if you have a direct plan. Go with it if it's okay with you. Check the liquidity. Certain mutual funds might have restrictions of selling before a certain period of time. Now that can be dangerous for you if you have your requirements coming through. So understanding the product allows you to understand whether that product suits you or not. If it doesn't, it's a product not built for you. The fourth P is the performance. Assess the returns that the mutual fund generates or has generated in the past over certain time frames. Check the rolling returns. Check long-term returns. Check the consistency of the fund. Compare its performance with the benchmark. Compare its performance with the peers. That's what you should be looking for. Historical returns, rolling returns, volatility, consistency. All these parameters, they play a big role on your mutual fund selection. So having known the 4 Ps, now comes the big question. How do you apply this in your mutual fund selection? How do you apply this on your investing strategy? So, in a nutshell, research the team, evaluate the strategy, compare your products with the others, with the benchmark, monitor the performance. Simple, isn't it? But it's very critical. So this video and the videos listed here can give you an idea of what you should be doing next. Go ahead, click on it right now. As of this video, adios.